Alright, now we begin the second part of the Lethbridge CBC for my contribution. I ran Mahoney back to the house, had a quick lunch break, and she's done for the day. Her joints can only stand so much of this cold. In fact, the wind is picked up. You can't tell on camera right here, but when I'm in a more exposed area, the wind is pretty serious and it's cutting right through my clothes. I'm actually wishing that I had brought a little bit warmer gear, but hopefully as I move around things will warm up. Definitely this is going to be the more strenuous leg of the count anyway. I'm going to be moving up and down the coulees, starting where I am here, which is the coulee just north of Whoop Up Drive. I'm going to go down, check a little ways into the riverfront forest there, then climb back up the coulee slope again, up another draw, the next draw over, and then I'll drop back down into the draw after that, which will take me probably down toward the pond again, just to check the south pond spring one last time, and then I'll follow the river back to this coulee draw and come back up again. I'm looking for several birds that I haven't found yet that I should have on the count. Black-capped chickadees, Nepo mucky being one of them. Common red poles. I expect some Bohemian waxwings. I expect to find at least a downy woodpecker, maybe a flicker or two, maybe a robin. I mean, there's just a bunch of birds, the gray partridge, that I haven't come across yet that I need to find. So, yeah, so I'm going to get on with it and hopefully be able to cross some of those guys off the list. Yeah, I just came across another weasel trail coming up this way. Goes off into the bush here. This is a really nice secluded coulee draw here, even though, you know, just over the ridge here is Whoop Up Drive, which is one of the busiest roads in the city. You just go off Whoop Up Drive over the ridge and you're in this very secluded area. It actually has a lot of wildlife, a lot of plants. I'm not seeing any birds yet, but it might be because they're hunkered down because the wind and stuff, which you can probably start to hear now. We're getting a little bit into exposed area, is pretty cold and brutal. Although I would think for the little birds especially, they need to be on the move right now. They need to be getting some food in their bodies, keep their energy levels up, especially because there's really just a few hours before darkness hits, and they need to have as much food in their bellies as they can going into the dark. Going into the cold night, temperature is going to drop even further. So I'm not sure why I'm not seeing any birds yet. I think it may very well be that I'm passing by them and they're just hunkered down, but hard to say. I have been looking out to see if there's food resources. Of course, in all of these coulee draws, there's food resources for some of the birds that I'm looking for, so there's no excuse to see none of them. But like the waxwings and stuff, you need to look for good berry patches. And I have been seeing some choke cherries, old choke cherries. See a few rose hips, but not really the preferred foods. I'm not yet seeing, but I am hearing my first bird for this draw, and it's up this way, actually up that adjacent draw. I think that deer trail right there, I'll take that on my way back up so I can go up that way. Oh, there he is. There's a magpie. Mighty cold, mighty cold. some more signs of the weasel. Weasels are out on the hunt today. Whew. Yeah, just coming into view of the river, and it had another, as you saw, another mature bald eagle. That's pretty cool. You know, when we're out here on the bird count, it's a lot of times, especially we're out here all day and covering so much territory, sometimes it's very hard to tell whether you've got that same bird counted or not. Like that big eagle could be the same one that we saw earlier today downstream at the pond. Could very well be, or it could be another. Last year on the count, I saw like maybe 7 eagles, something like that. Some of them I knew were different because they were different levels of maturity. The younger eagles look completely different from the older eagles. But in this case, hard to tell. Still, all I can do is count it as 2 eagles. Which, even if it's wrong, even if it's the same eagle, there's definitely more than 2 eagles down here, so it's not going to hurt anything in terms of the science, really, to count 2. Just come across a bunch of small prints on the trail. Pretty sure that they are mouse prints. There's definitely some busy mice at this area. They go down this way. It's also a good area for gray partridge here in this. It's kind of a Saskatoon and chokecherry stand here, but they look like mouse tracks to me, not partridge tracks. Also got here some more weasel tracks showing, coming up through here. Weasels no doubt on the hunt for those mice. Just lots of weasels this year. It's pretty amazing actually, because in prior years hardly see any. Alright, here we got some tracks that are definitely a ringneck pheasant tracks. So a lot of activity in this little set of brush here. Yeah, the ringneck pheasant just walking all along up here. He's probably still up here somewhere. I'll report that in on the bird count as pheasant tracks without an actual observation. I figure my first order of business here on this side should be come down here and check the river proper, which is what I'm doing right now. I can see there is an open bit downstream a little ways from me, which might be worth checking out. I should just go over there and see, make sure there's not a goldeneye. It looks like there might be something on the shoreline there. No, maybe not. Hard to say without going right over there. So maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll kind of hike that way. Although it seems like it might be better to tackle from that other side by the cliffs there. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to head up into the forest here and check to see if I can find anybody in the forest, and then I'll catch that other pool of water there shortly. It's a young whitetail buck. Just came across 3 whitetails here in the forest. They like these areas here. You can see it's kind of a little oxbow where floodwaters flow when the river's high. And they're all heading off into the there's a really big area of chokecherry brush out here. They're gonna go lay down in there and hide. I'm gonna go the opposite direction myself. Okay, I just happened to cough as I was walking through this corridor here, and I saw a group of probably 15 or 16, what I'm guessing are Bohemian waxwings, up in there. They flew up in there. So I can kind of see them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at least. I'm going to make my way over there and see if I can get an identity confirmation. Maybe I should just go straight away in that direction. Seeing a group like that on top of the trees down here in the forest land, I'm almost 100% sure that they're waxwings. It would be nice to at least hear a chirp to confirm that. Alright, getting closer, I can see there are many more than what I originally thought. I was looking in the one tree, but there's a whole nother tree with a lot more. I think I was counting these ones up here, failing to count the ones over here. Those are definitely waxwings. Well, there goes some of them. They're scooting over. I would say we just lost at least a dozen. I think I see even more. Maybe not. Definitely there's some over here. There's another one. I'm going to say that's 13 that left. I can't be sure, you know. I think this is going to be one of those times when I'm going to have to kind of guess the numbers. Yeah, they're moving about. I got to about 30 before some of them start to move. I'm going to guess, I'm just going to estimate for these ones that there are 50 Bohemian waxwings. There they go. There they go. Off they go. Headed downstream, and there's still a bunch up here. Okay, I gotta say there's more than 50, because that group that just left, there's gotta be 50, and a bunch more just flew in here, and they keep coming. So I'm gonna bump it up to at least 75. That group's going now, and there's still a few more coming in now. Let's see who's over here. But yeah, there's a pretty sizable group of them down here, these waxwings. Yeah, still down here in the forest bottom, but I wanted to make note of this, another set of pheasant tracks. Green-neck pheasant. So, not stirring any of them up, but they're definitely around. And as long as I got tracks, that's good enough for me for the count. They're here. That's a sign they've been here. The snow is just overnight, so it's just today's stuff. So I'm about to head up the next coulee draw. You can see these the stairways behind me. Hopefully there'll be some redpolls in here. It's one of the ones that I'm really wanting to get. I looked over what I can see of the river here, and I'm not seeing anything on that patch of open water that's out this way. And there's nothing here in this little backwater. I'll check that area, open slit right there. On my way back, I'll take this lowland below the cliffs here. Right now, I gotta get up here. I'm starting to worry about running short on time. It's about 2 o'clock now, and it's gonna get dark by about 4:30. So I've already been out here 2 hours on this second bit of search. So time is flying by. Hopefully I'll use what daylight I've got. Just coming up on somebody here. I think they're probably chickadees. Neepomaki, small little bird. Whoever it is. Keep seeing him shoot out of the grass from one little brush to another. There we go. Down in this. Definitely not chickadees. I think we're dealing with redpolls here. Get my binoculars out. Yeah, of course those little birds took off when I unstrapped my pack to grab my binoculars. My binoculars have a broken neck strap, which is why I'm not normally wearing them. But in any case, I believe I got good enough footage of their side plumage, their wing plumage, to make a distinction when I get home about what it is. I'm pretty sure those two were redpolls, a male and female. My only other guess would be a tree sparrow, but I'll know for sure when I get home and compare the footage with the books. If I see them head on, I know for sure, but if I just see, wing bar kind of a thing among the sparrows, I can get confused. As you can see, almost back to the high level bridge now. Still want to go back and check the South Pond Spring. I did flush one more female pheasant as I walked along here, and otherwise, though, it's been really quiet, and I don't know if it's just that because I'm losing my energy, I'm not being as observant as I could be, and I'm missing stuff. or if it's just a matter of there not being any birds that I've come across, or whose paths I've crossed. Hard to say. I am getting pretty tired though, so I'm gonna head over the bump here, down the other side behind the bridge. There's some good brush areas there where sometimes some of the smaller birds hang out, and then make my way back along the Riverside Trail to the Whoop-Up Bridge, then back up that other side of that coulee draw that I first came down on at noon. Still got miles, still got a little hiking to do, and I am starting to lose energy, but there's still some birds that I haven't seen yet that I would really like to. So get on the count, so we'll see. Just passing by the Owlwood, and I hear two different calls. One from black-capped chickadees and one from human beings. Unfortunately, I hear people, and they're in the direction of the South Pond spring. So if there was any ducks over there, I don't think they're going to be there by the time I get there. Just trying to get a visual on these Nepomuckiques, these chickadees. They're here, they're watching me. I'm just not seeing them for some reason. Yeah, visual confirmed. There's one of the Nepomucki right there. See if I can get a count of how many are around here. And sure enough, spring is empty. Not that there would have necessarily been any birds on it, but certainly not with the nearby ruckus. I'm going to try to cut around this other way, same way I came, to get ahead of them, because I think they're going in the same direction I am, and I definitely don't want to be following behind them. Alright, just on the way back now, thought I would show that the river here, this little strip that I was planning to look at on my way back here, is definitely empty of waterfowl. So kind of a shame, passing by that one forested area that I've walked through just a bit ago, and I just heard a raven call, so that's yet another species. Pretty cool. And then up here I got a mammal species. Big fat gayskach porcupine in the tree right there. So that's cool. Not that porcupines count for the bird count, but like I said, they always like us to keep a tally of the mammals too. Ah, fuck when you know it. Climbing up this last coulee here. Hoping to spot a few last birds. And guess it's ahead of me. Guy with a big dog running loose. Cuts down the likelihood of seeing wildlife by a huge margin. Either way, if what I've seen is all I see today, I mean, it is getting to the close and I'm getting tired, so this is definitely my last hike up the coulee. Get in the car, go home, make another nice hot cup of tea and just relax. But Yeah, I'm happy with what we did see. And hopefully, with the other people out in Lethbridge, they'll have caught the few oddballs that didn't show up at my site today. Alright, I'm back to my vehicle now, and that is the end of the Lethbridge Christmas Bird Count 2014 for me. The total count that I have is 294 geese, Canadian geese, 17 black-billed magpies, 2 male, 2 female, and 4 sets of ringneck pheasant tracks. 2 male and 2 female were actually observed. 2 male mergansers, common mergansers, a pair of common golden eyes, 1 male, 1 female, 1 great horned owl, suspected male, 2 mature bald eagles, 1 northern shrike, 75 Bohemian waxwings, approximated, 4 black-headed chickadee, black-capped chickadee, 1 raven, and 1 unidentified falcon, either a kestrel or merlin. And for the mammal side, 1 sighting of a long-tailed weasel and 2 sets of unrelated tracks, 3 female and 1 male white-tailed deer, and a porcupine. So that's it. Looking forward to see what everybody else came across today.